Aloha, my kako. This is Oracle of the Golden Spiral. Today we're going to be doing a reading for Sagittarius. Reading for Sagittarius, please. This is a general reading. My readings have no dates, therefore they are timeless. I trust that when this resonates for you, that's when the message is yours. Sagittarius, please. Current energy for Sagittarius. Sagittarius, you have the Nine of Swords, the Three of Pentacles, the Lovers, the Hierophant, the Queen of Cups, the Three of Wands, and the Six of Wands. If I could wrap this whole reading up into one thing, it would be this card right here, and that is your advice card right there. Essentially, there is I'm going to speak about this in terms of a relationship, but it could be anything that you're trying to create or produce in your life that has incredible meaning and value to you. It's like you spent some time figuring out what it is you actually want, what's going to speak to you as a person. The Hierophant talks about what are our, it's about structure, about learning, but guidance and structure in the form of beliefs and, so it's like you've taken some time to kind of take a look at what it is that really, what makes Sagittarius tick? What are the things that you actually believe in? And for some reason, I have this feeling like you are, it was promoted by something. It was started. There was a trigger moment in your past that had you thinking about this. It was almost as if you were led to these moments to kind of dissect what it is that you thought. First of all, realizing why you did things that you did. What were the motivations? Where did it lead you? There's like a lot of kind of dissecting it and pulling all of this apart. And that's alluded to here, and even in this Three of Pentacles here. So, right, there was some type of moment which led you on this path of really deciphering and figuring out and changing who it is that you were showing up in the world as, why that was the case, what you wanted to adjust, and what was going to lead you to your greatest happiness. It seems like you're in a moment here where, like I said, we'll talk about it like it's a relationship because the Lovers is here. But really, we're at a defining moment in our life where we've actually either come across, encountered, or are set up in some way for an incredible love in our life. So whether that is a relationship, you've met someone, or you've accomplished some goal that it was like what you learned here, you figured out where on the path that you were trying to head, and you set your eyes on that target, and now we're at that moment. It's been actualized. The challenge now is that how do we grow and develop that, right? How do we take this, and it's just the first beginning, the first little flicker of light that this represents right here. It's like the impulse. How do I explain it? Like that touch point of the beginning of the start of that growth. But right now, we're here challenged in how we develop that moment, how we, because really, if we've just kind of worked and determined this, and now this is that first touch point of like how we interact with that relationship, how we're showing up as this brand new person, and this is the first relationship we're having as this brand new person that we've really took much care in developing. So what does that look like? That looks like a lot of hope and amazement for the future, but it also looks like, in knowing that it's the first step, and in knowing or experiencing that for the first time, that there can be quite tremendous stress, some, challenges, some worries, all because we're here, but now we don't want to fuck it up. So how do we take that and how do we build that into something that's going to be greater and lasting, right? We had a concept. We understood what we wanted to do. We headed out on that journey. We made sure we built this moment up until this first touch, this first impulse. And now we just want to make sure, now we're faced with that realization that it's going to take extended work to bring it to fulfillment. That it wasn't just getting to this destination, just finding this person, just accomplishing this goal, in getting this job, in realizing this dream. Now we've got to live that dream. How do we do it to the best of our ability? How do we actualize on that and make it everything that we know that it can be? Right now, we're looking at this, most of all, we're feeling this experience. You going ahead and feeling this experience has, there is this sense of hope and wonderment, and trusting yourself to know what you're going to have to do. We just don't know what that is yet. There's like a freshness to this, optimism to this, and yet this nagging feeling inside. So Sagittarius, this Six of Wands, as your advice, is really telling you that you've trusted yourself, and you've done the hard work, and you've trusted yourself up until this moment to have this moment. But continuing to trust yourself, continuing to push forward in a way where it's authentic to you, where you are approaching this with that same outlook, that same authenticity, that same unconditional lovingness is what is going to help build that. But if we approach it, and it's going to be every bit as successful as you need it to be, as you dreamed it could be, as you want it to be. But if we instead come from this place where we let our thoughts and we let our challenges get the best of us, then that's what we're going to be met with instead. That's why the advice here is to go ahead and meet it with confidence and assuredness, because that's the energy that you're going to bring into this situation, into this relationship, into this love affair with whatever it is that you've accomplished or that you've found, which brings true meaning to your life. Going forward, there's I think that you understand that there's a lot of additional work and planning and, hurdles to overcome. But in that is that, I mean, all of it speaks to your internal adventurousness, to, um, you know, being able to be in the moment and to um, utilize your skills and abilities to, and what lies within your heart all together to create kind of like this very smooth, how do I put it? Like, flow, like being able to exist and all the movements, all the muscle memory, all of the thoughts pushing and moving into flow. If you have that confidence and know that you got to this moment because of that, then carrying that forward and moving into the future, you're going to have no problems. You'll be anticipating change, but with that change, you'll also, it's almost like it's your nature to meet that energy head on, with the excitement, with the for the adventure that it's gonna be. It's funny, we often talk about, the journey and not the destination, but in this reading, it's the first time I've ever come across something that says that we've done the hard work and now we're at that moment of impulse, and now what, right? like, it's just so interesting in the fact that we're always talking about the journey to the destination, but we've in fact hit our destination, and there's like this moment where you recognize it and are able to, like, it feels like you've hit that end point and that destination, but it's almost like now you're at this point where, now that you recognize this as a destination, you have that relationship, you have that job, you've accomplished what you set out to accomplish. Now what? Because the story doesn't end there. In a relationship, everybody knows that it's great. We've got the relationship that we want. We have found someone that really is our other half. We've found this person that speaks to all the things that we know are us. Someone that unconditional love flows back and forth, and now we have to build the rest of it. So Sagittarius, if you're having moments of fogginess or a moment of anxiety, or just even that little internal nudge, that's why we're here, is because you have that little internal, that fear dynamics popping up within you, because it's not just about getting here. Now we've got the whole rest of the timeline to work with, and how do we make that successful, because in our heart of hearts we want to. And the simple answer, like I said at the beginning of this entire reading, is that this could all be boiled down to one card, which is the Six of Wands, which talks about victory, achieving a goal, being in the spotlight, recognition of you as an authentic being, the satisfaction that comes with that, and the healthy ego, right, of it all. And that is, funny enough, as it sums up this whole reading, the exact advice that is the answer to your underlying concern, which is, how do I make this all work? How do I sustain it? It's whichever wolf you feed. So feed this one. Feed your success and inspiration and pride and victory energy, because that it will assure that you're able to sustain this and build this out well into the future. And if you approach it with this experience, with this energy, any experience that comes along, you're going to be able to meet with the same degree of success no matter what it is. And in fact, I think that, I mean, especially you being, what a message for Sagittarius, right? Especially with you being a Sagittarius, you know, there are adventurers of the world. They're the ones that are ready to step out and to meet challenges and new worlds and ideas and experiences head on. And it seems like you've found who you are, and going ahead and knowing that you can continue to meet other, I guess, I don't know, when my kids play games, it's like other checkpoints, other save points, other moments where you have reached a so-called milestone or endpoint, although it's not the end, like a checkpoint, that you'll also be able to greet those with the same amount of success that has led up to this moment that you're experiencing now. Okay, Sagittarius, that is what I have for you. Thank you so much for being here. Please like and subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you in the next one. Mahalo.